on, everybody? How y'all feeling today? It's Coach Reg. We're going to have an interesting conversation tonight about the flesh versus the spirit. Now, I'll wait till people actually get on here because I got a lot to say tonight about this topic. This is a topic that everybody deals with, that everybody's going to battle one way or another, and one is going to always win. The spirit's always going to wind up winning in the end. But through that journey, I want you to think about a few things while you're on this journey we call life. Alright, so I'll wait till everybody gets on here, and then we will get started with this great conversation that many battle with every single day. And if you look around us, many are losing this battle with the flesh. Alright, so let's get into it, and I'll wait till people actually get on here because I got a lot to say. Definitely. Let me make sure. I hope the sound is good. I'm looking at my mic. Seems like the sound is good, but you never know. You never know when it comes to my audio and my stuff. What's going on? What's up, Brooklyn? What's up? Was it Valerian? Was it Jay Laurie? What's going on? How y'all feeling today? It's a bit low. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tripping. All right. Let me move my mic just a little bit closer. Hold on. Let me get this correct. Let me get this right. I haven't been live in a while with the mic and everything. I've been doing so much stuff, and we're going to get into what's been going on, why y'all haven't seen me in a little bit. No, I have not been lazy. I have been handling my business and focusing on many things that are very, very important for the growth of intensity, the growth of self. You know, that everybody must sometimes take time with. Okay, great. I'm sorry, my mic was away, and I wasn't even looking at it. Sorry, y'all, my bad. But we're gonna get into this conversation tonight with the flesh versus the spirit. I'm probably gonna get started like in another minute, and then we'll get this going. Okay. Now this conversation is only for people who actually want to grow. So some will get this, what I'm talking about. Some will relate, and some won't. I'm not really focused on the majority here. I'm focused on whoever I can help. And when you're dealing with topics that, you know, aren't the popular topics, such as like drama, such as sports, you know, you're gonna get the smallest amount of people. But when you're in the minority in this day and time, the minority are the ones who are winning. The majority are the ones who aren't, because they're following the trends of what's being created in this agenda that's being pushed all throughout the world. And even me, I struggle with the flesh when it comes to watching basketball and indulging with, let's say, that finals and everything. That's the flesh that wants to still indulge and make believe, and my spirit is like, yo, just turn this shit off. Like, I was glad the finals was over, because I'm like, yo, I could just turn it off and I can really get involved, you know what I mean? But we're gonna get into a lot of things that I struggle with. I hope that a lot of y'all are gonna be able to relate. I hope if you haven't struggled with it yet, you won't go down this road. But many will go down their own individual journey when it comes to struggling with the flesh. The flesh, this meat bag that is here, that is, as soon as it's born, it starts to die. It's not meant to last. You're meant to take care of it. That's why I always say nutrition over everything. You're meant to take care of it. And people always ask me, like, why do you push nutrition? Why do you push supplements so hard? Why don't you do the workout videos normal like you used to in the beginning? Because that's not what's really going to change the inside. The inside is what you put into your body, and it all affects the spirit one way or another. See, here's the thing. Plants and whole foods have live enzymes in them. Life, electric food. You are electric. And when you eat things that is actually made for your body, the food speaks to you. Vegetables, greens, actually send messages to you. All right? And when you don't get the stuff in your body, sometimes when you're walking around life, you're lost. You don't know what the hell is going on. You're like a damn zombie. And if you look around, you see everybody walking around here like zombies. All right? And for many years, I was a zombie as well. The flesh has run my life, all my life, and the flesh does not want to leave. All right, the flesh wants to leave when it's dead, and the spirit goes back to the ethereal realm, and will do this ball and dance, song and dance all over again. All right. Now I'm going to be looking at your comments while I'm talking. So I'll be going into your comments. I'll be talking about experience. I'll be giving you tips and everything of how you can, take control over this flesh. All right. So what's going on, Renaissance? Yes, yes. Oh yeah, definitely. Somebody, yeah, I've been in that gym. I have been in the gym. Ever since I changed my diet, I've been in so much pain, but I know it's the toxins. Yeah, they're trying to leave your body. As you grow, as you get this stuff inside your body, the bad stuff is going to leave your body, such as a sickness, disease, dis-ease is going to be leaving your body. And the only way to leave is through your bowels and your pores, and you'll get sick. It happens. It's part of the game. You know what I mean? Somebody said, I hope you are planning to share the multicolor shirts with us too. Yes, I am planning to share the different colors of shirts. I got a new design coming out on Friday. You're really going to love this one. You know how I like to say, time doesn't matter. It's a matter of time. A lot of y'all are going to like this new design coming out on Friday. So my new shirts will be available this Friday, and you'll be able to purchase those on the website. You're going to really love this design. So I'm going to do a couple of testers, and you'll see. Also, the HARITAKI's back in stock. Let's talk about the HARITAKI real quick, y'all. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of comments with how people have started to invoke their spirit while using this HARITAKI. And it's very interesting. It's very fun to watch people take something that I talk about, that I've had experiences with, and have damn near the same or even better experiences than I even had. Everybody wants to invoke the spirit, but nobody wants to control the flesh. Nobody wants to be disciplined enough to say no to the flesh. And when you take this HARITAKI, it helps you out with that. So I'm glad many of y'all have trusted my word, and you have got the HARITAKI, and you are seeing the experience in itself, because the Most High has put things here for us where we can invoke the spirit at will. We can do it at will. We can start to use the spirit. Like, let me give you an example. When I take HARITAKI, people, I see everything as I need to see it. Let me give you an example. So I'm always messy. I'm like always like, I just take my clothes off and just throw them sometimes. When I'm on a HARITAKI, I can't do that. It bothers me to have clutter and have mess, and I want to clean everything. That's one of my side effects of taking it. I just want to clean everything. Like, I can't take it. The spirit's like, yo, bruh, get your shit together, clean up, stop being a pack rat, and get it together. You know what I mean? So it helps me focus a lot. And normally with the flesh is like, forget it, just throw it down. It is what it is. Whatever. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that it helps out with. And when it comes down to it, HARITAKI pretty much helps me out with opening that part of my brain that helps me see the flaws in myself to help me better them every single day, and give me the willpower on top of the willpower that I already have. Like, I feel like it amplifies what I already am, which is a great thing, because I can get more done. I'm more structured. I write more down, and I was doing that before, but now I do it 10 times more. I bought a whiteboard. I write down on the thing. I get my kids' tasks. More things get done, and that's why you haven't seen me. Because I'm getting so many things done. I am not afraid to attack a lot of my fears. The flesh is afraid of many things. Say if you're afraid of heights, that feeling that you get in your stomach, that's the flesh. The spirit's not afraid of a damn thing. Your flesh is afraid of many things. And I've been trying to conquer a lot of my fears through, trying to overcome the flesh by invoking my spirit more and more. Now, many people may ask, how do you invoke the spirit when your flesh has ruled for so long? Well, first, my advice to you is to start to eat right. Now, when you start to eat right, you'll open up pathways. You'll clear out a lot of blockages and a lot of resistance that's going on inside your body. As I said, your body is a conduit to your mind, and many of y'all will clear out a lot of those blockages. Will help you see, because right now, wherever you're consuming, if it's not good, if it's acidic, if it's not alkaline, if it's just toxins and sugar and bullcrap, it's going to block you. You're not going to be able to see nothing. You're not going to be able to get right. You're going to feel sluggish. Your body's not working. It's only a vessel when it comes down to it. Like don't get so caught up in the body get caught up in the spirit. Now, you must take care of the body to get to the spirit, but many of y'all are so caught up in how the body looks, you are so far away from spirit. Let me give you an example. So say you have a female that looks so good, like she's so sexy, like god damn, she looks so good, but she could be the ugliest, prettiest woman on earth because her spirit is polluted. She's ugly inside, and she's not who you thought she was. She's only attractive. So her car is, it has nice shiny rims, it has nice tinted windows, has a nice paint coat, but that engine is shit and the car is not moving nowhere. It's a damn hoopty disguised as a Lamborghini. Many of y'all are walking around hoopties, but your engine is not correct. Your spirit is damn near your engine. It helps you go. And once your engine leaves that vehicle is just another thing in the junkyard, aka the graveyard. You get what I'm saying, y'all? So I hope that many of y'all are trying to get right when it comes down to your spirit. And here's a couple of tips on how you can get right to invoke your spirit. And I'll go from the minor to the extreme. Now, the minor ones is to start to meditate. Now, when you quiet your mind, you got to realize that you think 70,000 thoughts every single day, non-stop. And if you meditate, you'll come to find out that your mind can actually get quiet and you can focus a lot more. When you conquer your breathing, you don't stress yourself out. You ever notice when you get stressed out, you may get angry, you may start to sweat, you may start to hyperventilate? That's the flesh. That ain't the spirit. You don't have control over your spirit. You see, your spirit is your higher power. Your spirit is the self in you that tells you to chill out, just breathe. But when you don't have control over that spirit, you don't tell yourself to breathe. You totally take over of the flesh. The heart starts to beat. Your blood pressure starts to rise. You start to sweat. You start to feel a lot of anger and turmoil inside, rage, and you act. That ain't no spirit. Your spirit thinks before it acts. Your spirit pretty much doesn't just do. It thinks before it does. And when you start to meditate, you control all these actions. Let me give you an example. As I am talking right now, it's hot in here. So I'm sweating a little bit, right? But I'm controlled and I'm breathing. So I'll probably stop wiping my head in a little bit because I'm controlling my breathing. And literally when my flesh is getting weaker or my flesh is starting to sweat, my spirit is so calm I can still talk in a live video and not let the sweat bother me. But right now I'm in this meat bag that controls, that is damn near dying as I'm living, and my spirit takes over. And while it's here, I'll treat it as best I can, but I cannot help death, which is inevitable for everybody. All right. Another one for y'all is when it comes down to it, y'all, you have to get crystals. All right. I want you to start to make it a point to learn crystals. Crystals have healing power. All right. And I'm going to probably do a crystal series soon, probably like in a month or so when I get some time. But I'll help you guys get some crystals. When I first started to learn how to manifest and get control of my spirit, I always kept crystals, 3 crystals in my pocket. All right. And they helped me out a lot. And crystals do have healing power. So another thing is get crystals. Now another thing is also binaural beats. Binaural beats are great when it comes to healing your mind, because our minds non-stop get polluted every damn day with endless amounts of bullshit. Endless amounts of bullshit. All right, endless amounts, y'all. Hold on, let me hold on, because my phone's getting on my nerves. Hold on, damn phone. All right, endless amounts of bullshit. All right, and you go from drama, you go from rap battles, you go from the news, you go from, you know, them trying to kill you, you go from beef, you go from all kinds of stuff, basketball. It's really hard to think. Oh, also friends, family, food, pressure, job, everything is around you. That's endless amounts of distractions. And when your flesh has ruled your life, you're going to let all distractions literally take over. Now, let me give you guys an example. For many years, I've had a problem with wanting to fit in, because I never knew who I was. I just knew that it was always something different about me, and I could never always fit in. Like, I had a lot of associates, but not many friends, because I never wanted to, like, fit in with the group. Like, I always forced myself to fit in, because
I just didn't vibe with nobody for a long time. Like, I had these little cliques I hung with. My circle was always small, but I never really clicked with anybody after high school. Like, I was always in and out. I'm that guy. Like, I know everybody, but I was not a part of anybody. That was me. And it was always tough because I never got to know who I was. And sometimes, in order for you to get to know who you are, I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about what's in here, what your spirit is. You're going to have to separate from everybody for a little while, just so you can know who you are, so you can learn to love yourself, so you can learn to literally be you. Doesn't matter who you hang with, because when it comes down to it, when you have a love for yourself, it doesn't matter who actually likes you or not, because when you're real to yourself, the people who like you is going to come, the ones who don't like you is going to go, and everybody's going to appreciate you because you're real to yourself. If anything, people are going to try to be like you because you're so real, they don't know who they are, and they're going to try to be like you. That's how it works sometimes. So, I mean, I struggle with a lot of things through my life, you know. The addiction to beauty. I was addicted to women that were just beautiful, but nothing else inside. So I dealt with relationships where I would let the flesh, the wants of the flesh, attract me to the woman, but never got to know the woman in her soul. And when I came down to the relationship, they never worked because I never really got to know the woman with her soul. So as I'm looking at the body, I'm looking at the car, the vehicle, but inside it wasn't what vibe with me. And it got to a point where, you know, we 4 and 5 months, 6 months, a year in, and I don't even know who the hell this chick is, because I don't even know who the hell I am. And maybe many of you are dealing with this. Maybe many of you are with somebody where you were attracted to them and the sex was great and all that, and you literally got a flesh connection but never a spirit connection. And when the flesh got kind of old, because the flesh does kind of get bored, like, I see you every damn day, so you show me a pretty woman, I'll show you a guy tired of fucking her, like that kind of thing. Because at the end of the day, you be pretty and you can have sex with this person every day, but if there's no real spiritual connection, there is no connection. Unless you're somebody who's not connected to your spirit at all, and you just are satisfied with sex for 20 years, and that's all, but no real actual connection, no real conversation, and none of that stuff. I don't know. But I got in a lot of relationships where I was just, you know, connected to just how she looks and not who she was. And when I found out that it was more than how a person looks, because the flesh wants what it wants, you know, it was just like it was nothing. Another thing is, this is what I'm struggling with right now. I want to so bad have an ayahuasca experience. I have lucid dreamed, I have astral projected, but I have never had an ayahuasca experience. Never, ever, ever. And ayahuasca has DMT in it, so there's a pineal gland, and it will open your shit clean up. Like, it will open you up, and you will have a spiritual, enlightening experience. And I need to experience this as soon as humanly possible. I was going to go to Peru. You know, yeah, now I do student self. Now I know. Now I'm at that point. But I'm looking for a shaman. So if anybody knows who a shaman is, let me know so I can go ahead and get my experience. All right, trust me. Ayahuasca is very, very special. And many philosophers have had an ayahuasca experience and have come back with knowledge that people couldn't even explain. People come back knowing how to do piano, symphonies, all kinds of stuff like that. So you got to understand that this body is not here. And when you go to a funeral, you're not crying over that. You're looking at the person, but the person that you love is no longer in that body. So when you go to a funeral, remember, you're looking at the vehicle, but not the person. The person is no longer inside, inhabiting that vessel. Just want y'all to know that, all right? So if y'all think y'all going to a funeral and you're looking at that person with your eyes closed, no. That is gone. So if anybody here is religious and you're saying that you don't have a spirit, well, then you're already dead. And I don't know how the hell you're alive. You're a zombie walking dead. Everybody has a spirit. So there's no dispute. There is more than one of you. There's two of you. There is the you that is moving these hands, and there is the you that literally can leave the body when you die. You can leave the body before you die, but that's astral projection. I'm not getting to that in this video. All right, I'm just not. But it is an amazing experience when you literally are looking at yourself in the bed sleeping. That is a life-changing experience that I suggest if you have the courage or have the discipline to literally do it. Now, when I first found out about astral projection, I literally was afraid because I heard about the good reviews and the bad reviews about astral projecting. And it's very and they say it's very dangerous. But if you don't think bad things won't happen to you. So I didn't think bad things, and bad things didn't happen to me. It is what it is. I had a successful astral projection experience. Now let's talk about the food. Let's talk about the wants. The body will literally eat itself into death. It will eat itself into oblivion. All right? Because the body wants what it wants. The spirit knows what you need. And when you literally, like, say you're going on like a diet or a workout plan or something like that, right? The spirit has taken over from that point. You know how you may call me and you're really excited to get on a colon cleanse, 10-day colon cleanse, and then 5 days in, you may quit. 10 days in, 8 days in, you may quit. Or you may just get it and read it and say, I don't know about this. It may not be what I want. I want to go eat some cake. I want to go drink some beer. I want to go smoke some cigarettes. I may want to go eat some meat. Well, when you literally called me and you had a consultation, or you literally spent your money on that colon cleanse or that program about the HARITAKI, or you went to the gym, that there was your spirit. The part that literally fails is the flesh, if you understand what I'm talking about. See, spirit doing, flesh failing. All right, the flesh wants to literally run your life forever. It wants to run your life. That's why I think that when you guys have, like, when we have a spiritual awakening, people, and we get tired and we get lethargic, I think that's the flesh fighting the spirit. So sometimes, if you don't understand what happens in a spiritual awakening, when you have a spiritual awakening, it could take years sometimes to fully go through your spiritual awakening. It took me about 1.5 years to fully go through my spiritual awakening. And then there are phases. You got your first phase, you got your second phase, you got your third phase. I don't know how many phases they are. I'm probably on like my 8th phase right now in my spiritual awakening. And when you go through your spiritual awakening, you go through spells of feeling sick, of feeling tired. And I think that's the flesh literally trying to discourage you from having your spirit take over. Because if you feel sick, if you feel lethargic, you might say, fuck this spiritual experience. I'm going to go ahead and do what I want to do. I'm going to eat some shit. I'm going to drink some beer. And then you're right back and the flesh takes over, and now the flesh runs your life again. But when you will yourself through that spirit literally taking over the flesh, and get through the sickness, and get through the lethargic, and get through the mood changes and everything you go through in the spiritual awakening, your spirit now rules the flesh. Now this flesh must submit. The flesh must bow down. And now you can really start to have fun with your life, because now you rule that vehicle. See, the flesh running your life is like you're ghost riding a whip. You're ghost riding your car. And when you go to your kitchen and you open up your fridge, or you go to your market and you go open up the Breyer's fridge and you get the ice cream, that's the flesh ghost riding itself. And it will sit there and watch TV, feed the mind with a bunch of nonsense that the mind doesn't need. You will get involved in the drama. You will go out and you will drink your bullshit liquor. You will smoke your cigarettes. You will eat your cookies. You will eat your cake, until the flesh looks at itself one day and says, God damn, I can't even move no more. What do I do next? And the spirit says, you ready for me to take over? You ready? You ready, you lazy bastard? Because now you're about to die. So now you need me, huh? Now you need me to will yourself to the gym, because your fat ass didn't want to listen to me when I said don't get that Breyers, or have it in moderation, or listen to Coach Reg. Now your spirit is like, it's like your flesh is like your child. And we know our children don't know. We got to help them. Our children eat a whole bowl of candy until their stomach hurts, because nobody stopped them. Because the child is ruled by the flesh. And if you teach your child how to be ruled by the flesh at a young age, by letting the child be free with no discipline, with no rules, with no structure, then they're going to be an adult with the flesh is taking over, and they don't even know their spirit. So by the time their spirit is time to take over, it's kind of like it's so hard to do. And then they're going to have to use so much willpower, it's not even funny. You know what I mean? So your flesh is like your child. And your child wants to go to the store, and your child wants to spend all your money. Your child wants all the toys. Your child has, has a stomach, eyes bigger than a stomach. They'll see that pizza and say, I want to eat the whole pizza. Give me 4 slices. But then they're through 2 slices and they're like, I'm full. I'm done. Because your child doesn't really know what it wants. So your flesh doesn't really know what it wants. And your spirit must be the adult to your flesh before your flesh kills itself and your spirit is back in the ethereal realm, ethereal plane, and says, damn, well, we got to do this again. This is my thoughts on when we come back here, or when we incarnate into these bodies. Here's the deal. I think the deal is this. The deal is we literally have all these lives because our spirit never dies. So we don't know how long we were here for until we die. We get all memories back when we die. The deal is when we come back to this plane of dense existence, we literally have to forget everything that we know, or this experience is no longer going to be interesting and fun because we have the information from the previous life and the previous life and the previous life, and we kind of know what to expect. So we actually incarnate into a body as an adult already, and that's not fun. We literally come back here for the experience of living. See, if you don't already know it, y'all, you are a spiritual being having a human existence. In this life, you are a human. I don't know what you're going to be in this next life. I don't want to be on earth in the next life. I want to be somewhere where it's more peaceful. I don't want to be here. I don't even know why the hell I chose this. We'll find out when I die. Until then, I'm going to live this life to the fullest, as if every day is my last. Every single day. I'm not going to live this life in fear of flesh things. I'm not going to be like, I could die tomorrow, I could get shot tomorrow, I can get hit by a car tomorrow, so I won't drive a vehicle, I won't walk in the street, I won't ride my bike, I won't go in a helicopter, I won't skydive. I'm not going to live like that, because I didn't come here to have an experience of fear. I came here to have an experience of bliss, joy, and to change this plane of existence. And until that moment where I die, I'm going to live this life with no fear. See, the flesh is afraid of these earthly things, these earthly fears, this earthly pain, this earthly resistance, this earthly doubt, earthly negativity, earthly bullshit. The spirit is here for real. And once you invoke that spirit, you will come to find out that you will live with a greater purpose. You will walk with your head up. You will feel much better about yourself. You will not be afraid with what you say. You will become somebody who tells the truth and not afraid of people running their mouth or disrespecting, or not disrespecting you, but shunning you out. You will live this life with a greater purpose because you'll realize you came here by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself. All right? It's just like that. This is how it is. Let me look at these comments real quick. You know what I mean? Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at here. Let me look at these. I ain't look at your comments for a while. I ain't look at the comments. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? Yes, I do want a shaman. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Do you know we have DMT in the brain that we can also? Yes, we do. Yes, I know that. I know that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do not. Okay. So what? Okay, let's talk about that student of self. Student of self says, I don't think sex can be good without the spirit involved. See, that's an interesting statement. The reason why it's an interesting statement is when my flesh ruled, I could have sex with anybody. I didn't need a connection. You look good? I want to pop you off. I could have a one-night stand. And I didn't need no connection because the flesh ruled. After the spirit started to take over, I couldn't just pick and choose anybody like that. Because when you have sex with somebody, there's a connection. And I don't want to just connect with anybody. So when you literally invoke the spirit, you become more picky on who you decide to lay down with. And your options become a little bit smaller than before. See, when your options with the flesh were whoever looks good in the flesh, I'm going to do it to. Whoever got a fat ass or a nice face or, you know, big breast or, you know, can ride game and all that good stuff. That's all flesh stuff. But when you invoke the spirit, you literally want to have spiritual experiences with people where you connect on a higher level. So when you do decide to lay down, it's more of a spiritual sexual experience, which, by the way, is much better than a fleshly sexual experience. I'm just going to let you know. Because now you're invoking the flesh and the spirit at the same time. So it's kind of like you're having two types of sex in one. So that's a great thing, people. That's an excellent thing. All right. Oh, somebody said the dark night of soul. The dark night of soul is when you can look. Okay. So the dark night of soul is that moment when you separate the flesh from the spirit, and your spirit takes a judgment on everything the flesh did before the spirit was involved. See, as the spirit gets silenced, the flesh runs the life, and the spirit is it's like a dim voice, like a little baby conscience says, don't do that, don't do that. But the flesh is so big, it's like, I'm doing that if I want to. And the spirit's like, okay. You know what I mean? But when you have a dark night of soul, that is the moment where your spirit is the higher self in you, and it's looking down on the lower self, the flesh, and it's like, yo, look at what you did. Look at what you did. Look at who you were. Look at how self-centered you were. Look at how you hurt that person. And you actually feel everything of what you did to anybody, everything of what you said to anybody, and you look at yourself in the mirror and say, God damn. Wow. And it's kind of depressing when you look at yourself, because maybe in life you did things with no conscience, no spirit to tell you no. And you hurt people, or you did things to people, or you said things to people that you never thought, you never felt it, because the flesh didn't hurt. The spirit was there. Maybe it hurt a little bit, maybe you felt a little bit, but it wasn't enough to make you stop to hurt those people. And in Dark Night of Soul, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're looking at yourself right here. Your spirit is this face right here, and your flesh is the devil itself you're looking at. And you're like, God damn, that's what I was? Shit. I'm sorry. Shit. And it's like, sometimes it can make you cry. It made me cry. Fuck. And then you realize your life and where you are at that present point is the total sum of you. And at that particular moment, you will realize that everything that happened in your life is your fault. If that person cheated on you, your fault. If that person did you dirty, your fault. If that person scammed you, your fault. If you got fired from the job because you didn't think it was your fault, it was your fault. If you had kids with somebody that you don't want to have, you know, that you thought they trapped you, your fault. And you're start to look at yourself and you're say, yo, all right, I made all these decisions and they were all mine. And then you can truly start to heal and forgive yourself for everything that you've done and learn from every mistake that you've made, and then start to live a more righteous life. That was the moment where I started to live a more righteous life, after I got through everything that I've done and forgive myself. Because some people in my life, for what I've done in the past, won't forgive me. Women that I've hurt won't forgive me. Anybody I did dirty won't forgive me. But that's not important. That's between them and them. I can't worry about what they've done. I can apologize, but I can't worry about what they feel about me, because I'm no longer that person. So if somebody asks me about who I was when I was with somebody back in the day, about what I did, that is no longer me. That part of me has died. He is dead. He's gone. That Reggie is dead. So when you ask me about me, or you punish me for what the flesh did, I can't do nothing about that. That was done. That is not who I am now. You got to get over for yourself. You have to forgive me or forgive yourself, and that is that. But that is not your problem no more. So if you ever hurt anybody and you go through a spiritual awakening and you have a dark night of soul and they still hold you accountable for things that you didn't really understand what you did, or repercussions of what you did, or how you hurt those people, and you're a better person, all you can do is apologize. But do not beat yourself up over doing any wrong to anybody, or don't beat them up for doing any wrong to you. At that particular point, you must use all the what you've learned, the dark night of the soul, and you must get better at that point, and you must heal yourself. Because healing yourself is one of the greatest things you can ever do. Because you no longer let your past control you, and you no longer let those people who hurt you control you. Because at the end, you're going to break that bond that you have with them when you don't let them control you. Just a little bit of advice for y'all, all right, if y'all was wondering about that. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. Yes, I'm glad you understand everything I'm talking about. Absolutely. You know what I mean? What we got going on? Okay, fasting. Okay, let's talk about fasting a little bit when it comes to the spirit. A great way you can invoke the spirit, people, is fasting. Because fasting is literally a flesh weakness in the beginning. In the beginning, the flesh must bow down to the controller, the spirit. It must bow. It must salute. It must pay homage. It must say, you run me, I don't run you. And the fastest way you can do that is to fasting. And I'm talking about fasting for long, extended periods of time without anything. See, when you have eaten a certain way all your life, you've eaten for 6 times a day. You've eaten you've eaten every 2 hours instead of time you sleep. Your body has become used to food. And when you restrict your body of food, your body doesn't think it can survive without food, because you have not shown your body it can survive without food. But guess who knows it can survive without food? The spirit. Because the spirit once upon a time wasn't in this body. The spirit doesn't need food. The spirit doesn't need water. The spirit doesn't need sleep. The spirit doesn't need the exercise. The spirit already in itself is perfection inside of a flawed body. So when you put perfection inside of a flawed body, you have to put a perfection and show the body that, yes, you were flawed, but I am perfected. And I can control you for as long as you let me control you. So while you're bitching and moaning after about the 18th hour, I'm still trucking. I'm still going. All right? So while you're crying, let the body do what it does. Because the body in itself is very intelligent. The body can switch gears. Let me give you an example. After a certain period of time of fasting, your body switches after the food reserve is gone, the glycogen is gone. Your body switches its energy source from glycogen to body fat. Well, the body itself, of what you taught it, didn't know that. It didn't know that. It didn't know that. It only knows that when you push it to a certain limit. But the body is here. The body was not meant to eat as much as we eat in this day and time. See, the Most High created this vessel for brilliant, great things. But we haven't used it like that, have we? We have abused it. We have taught it the minute things. We have babied it. We have kept it on the porch. We have sheltered this body. We have not pushed the body to its limit. But our spirit in itself has pushed itself to its limit. And it will push the body to its limit. So when you fast for 24, 48 to 72 hours, you will invoke the spirit, because now when the body's crying, the spirit will tell it to shut the hell up and do what you were designed to do and survive. Guess what? The body will survive. And once the body survives, the body will trust the spirit more to do more and more and more things to it in weakened states, such as exercise while fasted. Because when the body is also fasted while exercising, instead of burning food off, the body was burning body fat off, which means the body becomes more lean, more fit, more muscular, more aesthetic. Also, the body starts to heal itself as well as it was designed to do. So the digestion cells will regenerate themselves, and your immunity will pick up. And then you start to see clearer. Your mind, and now your brain after a certain point will become sharper. And then you'll be able to function for longer periods of time, much more effectively, much more in tune, much more sharper when you have restricted your body of any food. But see, the body only wants what you give it. It's a child. And once you teach your child, aka the body, of what it's meant to do, your child will no longer be a child. It will be an adult. Fully functioning adult, knowing that it has barely any limits at all. But if it does have any limits, we're going to find out exactly how far your limits can go, and we'll push you to the ends of the earth until we find a limit. Most of y'all haven't found y'all limit. Most of y'all haven't gotten there. Most of y'all are baby in y'all bodies. Most of you don't even know what the hell you can do. Most of you don't think you're fasting. See, fasting's for everybody, but everybody's not for fasting. Most of you don't know. Most of you don't know that you can literally work out while you're fasting after a certain period of time and put twice as much as muscle on, because your human growth hormone becomes heightened 2,000% for men, 1,300% for women. You don't know that because you haven't pushed it. As soon as you got hungry, you said, fuck it, I'm gonna eat something. I can't take it no more. Your flesh can't take it no more. Let your spirit take over and do the hell it's supposed to do. Please, 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 please. You are immortal. Who said that? Rocklet. You are immortal. Live like it. You know, finding something that I will die for helps me live with much more purpose. No fear. The point that people went from saying, damn, your life is hard. Damn, feeling sorry for me, to the point where they say, I wish I had your life now. Why? Because as the flesh got weakened, as I was on welfare, broke, the spirit always knew what I was capable of. The spirit, matter of fact, check this, y'all, because maybe you think I'm full of shit. I want you to go to my Instagram, Intensity10 on Instagram. And I want you to scroll back 2 years when I was in my little apartment making videos. At that point in time in my life, I was broke as a joke. I literally I was doing intermittent fasting because I could not afford to eat all throughout the day. So I had to figure out how to eat in smaller windows, because I had to literally figure out what I was going to do with the little bit of money I made from training. I was putting my gas tank, the little bit of money I got on my food stamp card, and how I was going to feed my kids. And that, oh, also I had just got my car repoed as well, and I was driving my ex's car, baby mom's car, little Honda Accord, and nobody knew this. I'm talking about the law of attraction and things that you can have before I even have them. 2 years later, everything that I was talking about you could have, I manifested for myself, and I can help you manifest it. Because when I didn't have it, I didn't see what I didn't have. The flesh saw what I didn't have. The spirit overrode the flesh and saw what I could have, what I could be. And if I kept on pushing and I persevered, what could happen in my life. Because my goal and my focus was not on the money. It was on the feeling that the money may bring me. The happiness that the money may bring me. The change that I may do in people's lives. So I didn't focus on the money. Everybody wants to get rich. Everybody wants to focus on the money. That's not my damn goal. I don't care about getting rich. I care about helping people and then dying. That's it. And because I focus on that, that's what I get. Maybe I'll have some money, but I put it back into the business, because all money is a damn vessel. All money is a vehicle to get what you want. I want a bigger company, so I'll take the money and I'll put it to make a bigger company. That's it. Money doesn't have any value, especially in this day and time. If money didn't have any value, you wouldn't need it. What you're not thinking about is what the money can actually, what the happiness can bring. Focus on that. Focus on the money. Don't focus on the money. You know what I mean? Don't focus on that. But I want you to look at my Instagram or my YouTube and look at the videos that I made in the very beginning. I was making videos based off of things that I had never seen before. Success that I have never experienced before. But I saw it in my mind's eye. And when you see it in your mind's eye and your spirit can move and will itself, you can have anything that you want. Because if you have it in your mind's eye, people, it's already yours. It's only a matter of time before it becomes physical reality. That's why I want y'all to get them shirts. Time doesn't matter. It's only a matter of time. But when you're focused on the flesh, when you're bitching and moaning about the flesh, that's the flesh. Flesh hurts. I'm literally sitting here with a big ass ice pack on my knee. Because my flesh, my knee hurts. My spirit gonna keep on going. So I'm sitting here with my leg elevated because my knees hurt. Because I play basketball. And my knees hurt sometimes. So I put big ice packs on my knee. You know what I mean? Body gets sore from time to time. The flesh is dying. The flesh is old. The flesh is beat. And I'm going to push this motherfucker until the wheels fall off. Alright? That's what it is. So push your little vessels until the wheels fall off. Because when the wheels fall off and you have done everything that you're supposed to do, your spirit will leave this vessel and be happy with the experience it experienced was. Because you didn't come here to be no whatever if you're not happy. I'm not going to even use a job title because I don't want to shit on nobody. But if you ain't happy with your job, you didn't come here to be unhappy. You came here to be happy. And you came here to live in this physical existence with purpose. You came here to enjoy this physical existence. You didn't come here to be unhappy. You didn't come here to hit the snooze button 1,000 times in the morning because you're miserable. You didn't come here to be fighting with people. That is what's created, or this false reality of Babylon was created for you to work for them and to be a slave and a drone for them. That is not the spirit, people. That is the flesh. That's the flesh. That ain't you. Alright? You didn't come here for that. That's not what you came here for, people. You came here to really enjoy. You came here to eat life, not death. Alright? You didn't come here to eat meat all day. Alright? You didn't come here to drink liquor all day. Alright? You didn't come here to smoke cigarettes and to be envious of people. You came here to love yourself. You came here to love others. You came here to eat plant life. You came here to look at the sun. Get messages from the plants. Get messages from the sun. Live. Love. Have life. Come on, y'all. For real. Let's keep it real. Seriously. I do use vision boards every single day. But I use visualization more than my visualization techniques are so powerful that I have to watch what I visualize because it comes so fast. Sometimes I can't even handle it. So when you learn how to manifest, like really learn how to manifest, it will come at light speed. Literally, when you want something, after learning how to block any negativity from it, the universe will find the path literally of least resistance anyway. But when you really get manifesting down, the shit is going to be the next level. That shit, when you will visualize it and something will happen the same damn day. So when you want something, understand what you're willing to. You have to accept everything that comes with your choice of wanting it. Because when you make that choice and you're willing to move to that with rapid action, be prepared for whatever happens and accept it if you want it that bad. Some of y'all don't want it that bad. Some of y'all say, well, I want my own business, and then you get fired the next day. That could be the tool and the motivation which propels you into getting your own business, because you say, well, shit, I'm fired now. I'm angry. Fuck it. I'm not working for nobody else. I'm going to do my own thing. But some of y'all say, I want my own business, but you really don't want to do the work it takes, because maybe having your own business could be 2 years of hardships before you actually get your own business, and you weren't really willing to take or go through the trials and tribulations where, you know, some people will go through that. Because normally when you have a goal like that you commit to, things happen and your parachute doesn't open right away. The shit won't open, and you will fall and you will fall and you will fall until you get to the point where you're 5 years down the road where you have your own business. So I hope you guys and gals are prepared for what happens after you make your choice, because the spirit wants to be greater. The spirit always wants to be greater. The flesh is what is complacent. The flesh is what is complaining. The flesh is not competing. The spirit is always competing because it's everlasting, it's infinite, it's eternal, it's intelligent. And once you have a conversation with your higher self, you'll realize how intelligent you really are. You're not as stupid as people made you. You're not as ugly as people told you you were. You're not as, as uncreative as people told you were. Like, when I first started Intensity, I started Intensity with a partner, one of my friends that I knew since childhood. And the guy was super duper creative. And I thought that I was a structure which held the glue in Intensity. And he was a creative. So I used to help his creativity come to life in the very beginning. And I used to always wonder, how is this guy so damn creative? What's wrong with me? Maybe that's not my thing to be creative. And I convinced myself that I was not creative until the spirit took over. And I was more creative than even him times 10. I have so many ideas coming out of my mind. I have to write them down because I cannot harness them all. When you invoke the spirit, you will come to find out that the creative ability inside of you is brilliant and endless and eternal and intelligent. And when you tell yourself over and over again of something that you are not going to be it, because you're creating resistance. And those who say they can and those who say they can't are both usually right, people. And when you use the law of attraction, you are using it one way or another. You are using it when you tell yourself you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Well, when you tell yourself that over and over again, it will be hard. When you tell yourself it will be easy, it will be easy. Or it will not be as hard. But you are manifesting things one way or another. And your spirit needs to have the reins, because your flesh is not strong enough to endure the pain that it might go through. So the spirit must take the reins so your flesh can actually get through it, because the spirit is pulling your flesh. Like, come on, bro. Come on, come on. Yeah, come on. I know you're in pain, but I got this. Come on. That's your spirit taking over. Bro, I know you hurting. I know you sick, but we still going to do this. I know you sad. We still going to do this. I know you lost your job. We still going to do this. I know she left you. We still going to do this. What do you want? You want to be great? I know how to be great. I'm your spirit. I've been here longer than you. I got you. And that's the moment your spirit takes over. And your flesh says, bow down. I'm bowing. I am bowing down to the intelligent spirit within. And once this flesh bows down, then you're going to start to live. Then shit going to get fun. Then it's going to get fun. It's going to get fun. It's going to get hard. That's a part of it. But the spirit can endure anything. And once you understand the power of the spirit, shit ain't no fear. Let's just move. And you're going to move so fast, so rapidly. People are going to look at you like, damn, you got courage. You the man. You got courage. God damn, I couldn't do that. Because you couldn't do that because your spirit don't run shit yet. When your spirit runs shit, you can do anything. You think these people in this world that done these monumental tasks have done that with their flesh? Do you realize these people that you may look up to that done monumental tasks and have built things, people that built, you bend a piece of metal and you fly it through the air? The plane, the Wright brothers, you bend a piece of metal and you fly it through the air. Everybody called them crazy. Wait a second. You can make tires round from rubber. You can put things together and you can make a vehicle that drives? Yeah, right. You stupid. The spirit said, no, they stupid. We're going to get this done. See us in 100 years. We'll get this done. Everything. I did a matter of fact, somebody liked the recent video on my Instagram, right? And I had said in this video, don't be afraid to do things that nobody's ever done before, because you may be the first to do it and they may follow your example. Never be afraid of doing things that nobody's ever done before. Like many before you, nobody thought of shoes before that person thought of shoes. Nobody thought of pants before that person thought of pants and polyester and cotton and wooling together and making shirts and lights and videos and computers and everything that people got. Everything around you was a thought that somebody thought, that somebody called them stupid for. But they endured and they saw something that the average flesh person couldn't see. I want you to look right now. I want you to look around you right now. Look around you and just point the first thing you see and say, yo, somebody thought about that and somebody called them stupid for that. But they literally didn't stop. And now I got something for me that I couldn't think about having without. Because that person thought about that for me. And somebody called them stupid. But they didn't listen. So how about you use that example around you, what you got on your feet, what you got on your eyes, what you're watching, what you got on your hands, the cell phone experience. Remember when the cell phone first came out? I had the little Nokia. Now look at this. The cell phones are nuts. We got cameras in the cell phone. The cell phone is something that you can literally make money with, run business with, transfer money with, send pictures with, do all kinds of stuff. Who would have thought about that if somebody, who would have done that if you would have let the flesh take over? They stayed up all night. They might stay up 36 hours, 24 hours, and they just got it done. Because inside their head, they had a thought that nobody else manifested just yet. But that thought in their minds was so powerful that the spirit had to take over. And when the spirit took over, you see what happens after that point. Why are you letting your flesh run you? Why are you letting your flesh tell you what to do? Your flesh ain't shit. Your spirit is everything. Your flesh is your flesh. And too many of y'all are caught up in your damn flesh. How does my flesh look? How does my nails look? How does your face look? Well, how does your goddamn spirit look? How does your spirit is ugly as hell. Black as night. Dim as fuck. And you worried about your nails, your hair, your clothes. You worried about dressing your vessel up. Some of y'all, many of y'all are treating your vehicle better than you're treating your inside. Like the fact, okay, you're outside, you're washing your car, you're polishing up your tires, you're wiping down your interior, and you're on diabetes, you're on dialysis, you're going to the doctor, just found you got cancer, and you're worried about your vehicle. So your vehicle is worried about your vehicle, meanwhile your spirit is dim and dead and has no control, but your vehicle is worried about your vehicle that is useless. How does that make any sense? Can you ask me how that makes any sense? But when your spirit takes over, you will see things much more clearer than you ever saw things before, and then you will look at everything as they meant to be. Your common sense level will pick up, your bullshit meter will pick up, and you will see things as what they really are, and you won't be able to stomach many of them. But because you won't be able to stomach many of them, you will force yourself to change because you can't stand your own skin. You can't stand to be in your own skin until you literally change it. I'm telling you, through nutrition, you will understand what I'm talking about. You will not be able to look at yourself in the mirror with your spirit invoked, taken over. If your spirit looks at you and like, God damn, you're a slob. Why are you worried about a new pair of shoes when you can't even see a dick? Why are you worried about new makeup when you have love handles that you know you can get rid of if you actually went to the gym? Why are you eating Breyer's ice cream when you have diabetes and high blood pressure and the doctor just told you that you could probably get cancer? Why are you doing these things to yourself? Do you hate me? Flesh? Do you, like, this is the spirit talking to the flesh. Flesh, do you actually hate me? No, the flesh is like, I don't know what I want. That's the flesh. I don't know what I want. All I know is it makes me feel good. I'm waiting for you to take over, spirit. Take over. Please. Alright, I got you, little bruh. I'm going to take over, flesh. But you can't be fighting me so much. And if you fight me, I'm going to give you a slap in the back of the head every time you want some Breyers ice cream. Because you know the Breyers ice cream has recombinant bovine growth hormone, don't ya? Don't ya? I'm just going, you know, I'm just telling y'all. But I'm going to leave it here. I hope I gave y'all a lot to think about. I hope I gave y'all a lot to dwell on today. I'm probably going to make a part 2 because I got more. But I feel like I've given you enough to dwell on today. And I hope with what I've given you, you'll use it to change your life. Because I have used it to change mine. And if you know me, if you have known me before this video or known me before YouTube, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Because people who grew up with me don't even freaking recognize me. Because I am not the same person. I am not trying to fit in. I do not care about if you like me. I don't care about what I say. Because I say what's on my mind and I say what's real. And truth tellers really don't have many friends anyway. Because nobody wants to hear the truth. If you ask me if you're fat and I see you fat, I'm going to be like, you should lose some weight. And you're like, oh, why you telling me I'm fat? You telling me I'm fat? Well, you asked me shit. Or I'll tell you, like, I'll tell you the truth. I'm a truth teller. I'm a truth teller. You know, listen, I always wanted to be a motivational speaker. I always loved to listen to Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas. This shit gets me going. So when I was training my class, before I trained my class, every single time before I trained my class, I wanted to listen to motivational speech. And they called me corny. Some of my students called me corny. And they said, I can't listen to this. I can't. It motivated me because I said I was going to be a fitness motivational speaker. And that's what I was. I was a fitness motivational speaker. As I'm training you, I'm motivating you like this at the same exact time. And I didn't see many fitness motivational speakers or YouTube nutritional motivational speakers. So I said, God damn it, I'm going to be the first. I'm going to be the first. Ain't nobody like me. Ain't nobody like you. Don't be afraid to be the first of what you are. Don't be afraid to be the first, you know, freaking black big supplement company. Don't be afraid. I ain't afraid. Shit, I'm going to ride this body until the wheels fall off. Because I do not want to come back here. I want to leave my mark here through you. I've already done that. So if I die today, I'll be just fine. But I'm going to keep on doing it until the wheels fall off. Do what you love until the wheels fall off. Learn how to monetize what you love. Everybody in this time can learn how to monetize what you love. If you're working with somebody, at least love it. At least love it. Life sucks when you hate your job. Life sucks when you hate your existence. That is not why you were here. That is not what you were meant to do. That is not what you were meant for. You are greater than what you see in front of you. You are greater than your bank account. You are greater than your friends, what your friends and your family tell you cannot do. Whenever somebody laughs at you, use that as motivation. Whenever somebody laughed at me, I said, I got you. I'm going to use this and I'm going to prove you wrong. Because the greatest revenge on people who do you dirty is massive success. Without them. I'm telling y'all, people. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Shit. I'm talking about manifestation because I'm a living example. When I literally learned about manifestation, I said, damn, yo. I was so desperate. I was like, damn, this is going to be hard. I started off with manifestation with creating resistance. But after I got through that and removed the negative blocks from my mind and learn how to meditate and manifest and literally fake it until I make it and write things down and do affirmations and binaural beats and eat right and just learn how to do it every single day and visualize and see myself in something different that I wasn't. When I was driving in a car that I didn't want to be in, I visualized myself being in the car that I wanted to be in, and 3 months later I was in the car I wanted to be in without any good credit or any money. How did this happen? I'm literally visualizing a vehicle that I want to be in. I take a picture of a car and put it in the dashboard. 3 months later, it's mine. I have no money. I have no credit. It still happened. How, people? Because what you want in your mind is already yours. It's only a matter of time before it happens. Period. If you take out how long it's going to take out the equation, It will happen. It doesn't matter how long it will take. Stop asking me how long it will take. I'm impatient. Well, shit, it ain't gonna happen for you then. How about that? It ain't gonna happen. If you're impatient, well, fuck it. It ain't gonna happen. You might as well just scrap the goal. Scrap it. It ain't gonna happen. The rule in manifestation was your desire for it has to be high, but your belief or knowing of it's going to happen has to be between 8 and 10 out of 1 through 10. It has to be between 8 and 10. If you know it's going to happen between 8 and 10, that is what you write down on paper. If it's not between 8 and 10, you don't write it down because it's going to create resistance. It is what it is. You have to be literally so, well, in other people's eyes, so delusional. People will call you delusional. They'll call you crazy. Well, guess what? They call everybody crazy before you. The one who made shoes, they call it crazy. The one who made flip-flops, they call it crazy. The one who made the humidifier, they call it crazy. The one who made the aerosol can, they call it crazy. Airplanes, crazy. Drawers, crazy. Cars, crazy. Tires, crazy. Rims, crazy. They all winning. Yo-yos, crazy. Bottles, crazy. Crazy. Capsules, crazy. Shit. You know what I mean? So, listen, I'm going to end it here. It's going to be a part 2. I just felt like, talking through my spirit. That wasn't me talking. This is not me talking. This is not the flesh. The spirit is running his mouth. And when the spirit gets going, I can't control it. He just goes and goes. And I look down and it's an hour and 6 minutes done. How the hell did I talk for an hour and 6 minutes? The spirit. The spirit is powerful. Infinite knowledge. Infinite knowledge. The food that I eat gives me... People ask me sometimes, where do I get some of my information from? The food. The sun. It just comes to me sometimes. I'm serious. I'm so serious. The connection is so strong with my higher self. Information comes to me. I knew about bodies and fitness before I had any certifications, and nobody knew it. I was helping people lose weight and understood the human body before I understood the human body in the book terms. Go figure. When you tap into the higher self, the Most High has given everybody a talent, everybody an ability. And if you're able to tap into your ability, you'll have infinite knowledge in that ability. And once you literally hone it and work on that skill, work on whatever your talent is, you'll be the expert in whatever you're doing. If you learn and you work on that skill, obviously like dribbling the ball. You could dribble, but if you work on it, you'll be nice, So I could dribble when it came to nutrition, but when I worked on it, I was nice. I could dribble when I could speak, but when I worked on it, I was nice. I worked on it. The Most High is giving everybody something that you just are great at. That's what you do. I speak. That's what I do. I motivate. That's what I do. I'm passionate. That's what I do. I'm intense. That's what I do. That's what the Most High gave me. Knowledge to help through fitness, through nutrition, through my common sense phrases, through my words. Most High has given me that. What has the Most High given you? What has the Most High given you? So besides that, I'm into enjoying my family. I love it. I try not to work too hard. I'm building a business. Y'all know where I'm at. Y'all need to reach me. I don't charge for no consultations. All you gotta do is go to the website and book it. If anybody wants to place an order over the phone, call the order number. Website, we got the new HARITAKI on deck. Higher grade, certified, all that stuff. Better bottles, you can read them down, all that stuff. But we growing every single day. Don't be afraid to grow. The spirit always wants to grow. Also, the flesh is never, ever, ever, ever satisfied. The flesh always wants more. The spirit has to find peace in what it has. Otherwise, the flesh will work you to death. The spirit must find peace. And you better find hobbies. You better find something to do that you find peace with. Because the flesh will run your ass into the ground. I will start on that with my part 2 about the flesh working you to death. But besides that, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all soon. Besides that, it's Coach Reg, aka Mr. Intensity. And my job is to invoke thought. Hope I did today and help awaken your consciousness. Only one person at a time. Hopefully, that person is you.